Hola.
¿Cómo está?
Can everybody hear us? Hi. Let me know if you can hear me, guys.
We're doing a new little setup here, so new lights.
Can you guys hear us? Let us know if you can hear us. You can hear us.
Yes, we both better turn it down on our cell phones, huh?
All right. Hi, you guys. We're here from COVID Row, and Casey's feeling better.
Mostly.
Look at how slim. Don't start.
Sorry.
I'm gonna kick him out if he starts. But Casey looks so slim. Does he not look svelte like a tiger? Does he not?
I don't know about a tiger.
He looks so handsome, you guys. So I just wanted.
Well, I'm not gonna argue with you if you want to call me handsome.
And I can actually see the chat on my phone this time. So if you guys see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So yes, he's looking fabulous. COVID really took it out of him physically. He got it a lot worse than I did. Thank you so much. Hi, Rhea. Hi, Whitney. Hi, Mahoney. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Elle. Hi, Pinky from Hot Farms. Hi, Fiber Circus. I see a lot of my members in here. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Megan. We're trying to make some of you guys moderators so that you can keep everybody on the up and up. So Casey got a little sicker, I would say, than me. We both were like feverish for 10 days. We both were feverish for 10 days. Yep. I'm 36 years old, and
I am somewhat older than that.
So I was surprised that I kind of had the fever for as many days as I had, and I've been taking vitamins like crazy all year long.
Yep.
Vitamin D and the zinc and the all that stuff for a while. So, but Casey, hey Brittany.
I wouldn't say I wasted away, Paul, but
just about.
Here's how bad it was. When we first went to the doctor and they weighed us in to get tested, and they told me my weight, and I was fully clothed, had my shoes on and everything, and they told the weight, and I was like, whoa, I must have lost some weight. And then I've lost 15 pounds since that day, which was about 10 days ago. So
he's just dropping weight like crazy. He was getting into the shower the other day, and I was like, who are you?
I can't keep her off of me now. It's like, good Lord, can I get some rest? How am I supposed to recover?
Yeah, that's what happened. Anyways,
that's the way I play it out in my head. That's the way it's about to happen.
Green Thumb, I do not have my taste buds back yet. Casey does. Casey asked me earlier if what I can taste so far so that we could get something for dinner, like contactless delivery order. Although my quarantine was up this past weekend. My quarantine was up this past weekend. So, but anyways, we were going to get something, and Casey was like, hey, well, what do you think you can taste? And I almost started crying. So if that gives you any indication into the level of depression that I'm feeling over, and like I said, thank you, Jesus, glad to be alive. But at the same time, dude, people are gonna think we're just mad farting because of these chairs rubbing together.
I figured you were trying to hide it or something. I put my hand there. How about that?
But anyways, so no taste buds yet. So
and no smell. Neither one of us can smell very well.
All I can taste is sadness.
For all I know, we stink to high heaven and don't even know it.
I actually had that concern the other day that I might actually have. Here's the thing. I
don't think she stinks.
I brush my teeth every morning, but since I have lost my my sense of smell and taste, since I can't smell anything, I forgot to brush my teeth yesterday morning.
Normally
and I didn't realize it until like noon, and I thought, Oh my God. I have no sense of smell whatsoever. I probably had like a dragon took a crap inside my mouth, and no one told me that my mouth that I stunk. So,
most of the time, that morning breath will kind of get your attention anyway.
Yeah, like your
and
own
you're like,
attention.
oh, time to brush my
I don't
teeth.
know. It was just I was feeling sick anyways. But yeah, I had a lot of things. Thank you guys for all your prayers, by the way, for when we were sick. I got so many messages, people saying they're sending their prayers and stuff. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're going to have any more problems from here on out. We're just really super fatigued and just feel like turds. And then 2 days after I started feeling really good, right? So I'm bebopping and scatting around and I'm watering my houseplants and having a grand old time. I've got my little 2-step ladder, right? It's not tall, okay?
Yeah,
it's very, very short. And I'm going up to water my plants. And do you guys like joints ever just like randomly pop out of place and stuff? Or maybe is it just me? Because my knee just like will pop out of place just for no reason. So like if I'm like, bending down to do something, my knee will get caught and then I'll have to like straighten it all the way out for it to pop back in. Well, I go to step off my step ladder and then my knee had popped, like my knee had disjointed before I landed on the ground. So my knee popped, it unhinged, and then I stepped on the ground while it was out of place. And the noises that I made when that happened sounded like, I don't know, like someone was trying to suffocate like a dying pig or something. Like I was like, when it happened because it hurt.
Well, normally when it happens, she kind of wiggles her leg and it pops back in, and then she can treat it normally. But this time she landed with her full weight before she had a chance to do that. So
yeah, it was.
She made enough racket to where it woke me up from a nap, and I come running in thinking something was really bad.
And he was like,
she was like, "Oh no!"
He was like, "We're going to the hospital." I was like, "I ain't going nowhere. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is not broken, and I'll be okay." So now I've got a knee brace on, and I walk like a peg leg pirate around the house.
She swings it out.
So there's just. Then
I tried. Hop-along Cassidy.
Then I tried to do e-girl makeup today, and I just look sick. Like I was trying to look really cute for you guys with the hair, and thank you for all my hair compliments. You guys are very. Let me show you the secret. Hand me my dilly. Y'all ever heard of curl formers? That's what I do. If you guys don't know, I need to link these on my channel, huh? So that people can try those out to get their hair colored. I just did it last night. It's really easy to do.
Other than the plucking of the hair.
Other than it pulling your absolute hair out. I was trying to do the e-girl makeup, and I couldn't get my lashes to stick to my hooded piece of shit eyes. So I cried off half of my makeup in the process of trying to put lashes on in the first place. Had to quit halfway through. And then I have all this blush up underneath my eyes, and my eyes were all angry from trying. And I was like, you know what? We're done. We're done for today. So with the bum knee and the tragedy with the makeup and trying to get over COVID, I think I'm over it. You know what I mean? I'm just plain over it.
Well, we've been asymptomatic, or we haven't had any symptoms for probably going on a week now. So doctor said we could go back to work. I could go back to work, but no energy at all. And no smell, which does affect the way my food tastes, but I can taste a little bit of stuff where she can't. And that has been one of the worst things to eat food. And they're like, we brought in like some chilies. We had chilies delivered. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. I was wanting the queso and some nachos. And I'm telling you, it was the nastiest meal I've ever eaten. It just felt like you're putting snot in your mouth. And you hope that you're not, because you can't taste it. So you don't look, and you look at it and it's all soggy and it's just terrible.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. We had 2 or 3 meals like that. And finally I was like, screw it. I'm just going to eat salads and Subway sandwiches with lots of vegetables because I can't taste it anyway. So I might as well eat something healthy.
Yeah. I've been making them the green tea with we have some, to sound like a real influencer, we have some local honey that we put in it, and then some lemon juice and stuff like that. Isabel's filling up the chat. What's up, Isabel? Allison Havens. Hey, Honeybird. Hi, guys. Yeah, so we've been really trying.
What you're hearing from me leftover is asthmatic and stuff like that. So I've got asthma. So we were worried when we both got asthma, and that was kind of worrying us. And our doctor said that really wasn't that big of a deal, other than you get a lot of asthmatic reaction afterward with lots of congestion and coughing. That's not COVID related; it's asthma related, and it's just going to blast out for a while. So that's where I'm at. So I'm back to work and I'm feeling okay. So, I'm coughing like crazy, and people are looking at me like I'm giving them the plague or something. So
I wouldn't go anywhere near Casey if I worked with him.
I would be like, professional cougher too. I've been coughing for 40 years. Do you think you could get your black
plague spreading ass away from me? That's what I would be saying. I'd be like, there's no way this guy is cool to be at work. I would be filing complaints and then I'd be talking to you.
Sorry, April, if I killed nachos for you, but they suck really bad.
He was stupid for thinking that tortilla chips with shit on top of them was going to make it to our house 25 minutes after that's his fault. That's his bad.
But the salsa tasted okay. I can taste salty things and spicy things right now. So that it's Mexican and Thai. I've been able to taste some of that. So
hey, Tess from Australia. Hey, Stacia. Yes, we are doing good. Yeah. If you ain't got no road money, take your Rona ass home. I already showed it.
Oh, you did?
Anyways, so I thought I'd show you guys.
See where Megan said we used to cough to cover a fart. Now we fart to cover a cough.
No shit. That is funny.
Now we fart and don't even know it.
Yeah. I heard a lot of people speculating about whether or not you could catch corona through fart particles through the face mask or something like that, and they were trying to decipher like how big. That's how long your battery lasts.
Yeah, that's how long the battery.
How big fart particles were versus like regular spittle particles and stuff like that. It turns out that your fart particles are bigger than your spittle particles. So there you go. There's
fart particles are bigger.
That's according to, I don't know who I was watching. Dr.
There's some
Drew
valuable information right there, guys. You only get that here at Heart Shaped Leaves about the size of your fart particles.
Hey, I heard it, and that must be true.
It must be true. I haven't heard anything that was false.
Yeah, so I've made a lot of feverish, crazy orders while we have had the Rona. And my most favoriteest thing that I've gotten so far, I really wanted to show you. And I'm going to have Casey link these.
Hand me both because they're different colors. I just realized that.
Why do you want them?
I want to hold one for you and let you hold the other one if that's okay.
You just got
sassy.
He's got to be in everything. It's like having a 3-year-old with you. Let me hold one. Anyways, so these are like the little 3-inch pots that I've been doing the propagating for, like the little plants that I'm going to sell. And I don't know why, but the serotonin hit that I get from these colors is just on another level.
Yeah, this one's actually purple. You can't see it.
They come with like these little trays, but I don't use them because I put it, the little trays are colored too. But I don't use them because I'm putting them in like a perlite, you know what I mean, situation inside of a tote. But those little pots, when you look at all of them and you put them in a row, in like a little rainbow row, golly, it really does something for you. So I figured you guys might appreciate a little hit of serotonin yourself. All my propagation boxes look so freaking cute right now. You know, I got rid of I used to buy those plastic pots that you can get on Amazon, and you're probably familiar with them. They're very collapsible. The plastic is just super thin and just really super shitty, and they won't even hold anything up. So they're good if you're just like trying to just literally keep something alive for a small period of time. But other than that, they're just crap. So I've completely stopped using those, and now I'm using these little 3-inch pots. I ordered them off of Amazon.
Who said farticles?
Northern Plantucky.
I like combining 2 words like that.
Particles. I just joined. What are they called? They're 3-inch plastic pots. Just on Amazon.
We'll put them on the link on this one once the live's over. We'll put it on here and put it in our stuff. so you can find it.
Yeah, so
they weren't cheap. They were like, I don't know. We'll link to them.
They were like $11 or $12. I don't think they were super expensive when you're getting a.
They weren't as cheap as regular old thin nursery pots. Let's put it that way. Was I stepping all over you? Sorry. She's gotten all sensitive and everything.
You guys, I don't have the energy, you know.
The normal energy it takes to deal with me. You don't have enough?
Oh, the nail tutorial. So when I did okay, that's a whole nother story, you guys.
The new channel?
The new channel nail video. So I didn't
Rachel's So-Called Life.
My nails, I didn't finish them all the way because right when I did the first, I filmed it. I have all the stuff from doing these nails right here. But whenever I got my first half of my nails done, I was going to do the other half the next day. That was the first day that I had COVID symptoms. So I never finished my nails. I didn't top coat them. I didn't file them down the way they were supposed to be. And now they're literally falling apart. So I have all of this beginning footage of making these purple nails, and then I don't have any ending footage to do anything with it. And I'm not like one of those girls that just does the fake nails on the fake hand. And I'm not one of those girls that just peels them off right afterward. Like, I live in these nails. So I'm like, I guess I'm just going to do a video and be like, hey, here's the beginning part of the footage. You get it, right? Like, you get the point. Enjoy. Maybe next time you'll see the whole thing, you know? I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
You've been trying to do it for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm just like over it, you know, because I feel like every time I try to do anything, the universe takes a baseball bat to the back of my head.
Yeah. Not to mention that the kids have been banished from school now because we were sick and they were around us. So not only have we been recovering, now she's got to do homeschool. Of course, nobody can remember their password or nothing works right. And, you know, so that's been a little bit of an added burden. So boo-hoo. That's all the crying I've got in me.
Yeah, it's everyone's asking how. We've gotten a lot of questions on our like podcast too about people asking like how we got COVID, and people know that we went to a holiday celebration with our family members. Nobody at our holiday situation tested positive at all. So maybe the grocery store. I mean, anybody's guess of where you picked up a virus.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people at my work get it.
Yeah, I
before
mean, who
Christmas,
knows, you know, I mean,
right after, you know, during, after, all for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, hey, Cody.
So,
Thank you for the super chat, you sweetheart.
Notice he used my loves. He used plural.
Yes.
He included me in it. Thank you, Cody.
That was very sweet. We would not want you to be left out.
No, we wouldn't.
No,
I'm already being banished from the next live. I've been preemptively kicked out.
Let's see. Someone asked a plant question. Glass Cactus 15. She said, I need to know how to take care of my Begonia escargot. It's getting crispy. Please help. So I would say with the Rex begonias, sometimes you can grow them out in your house and they're not going to have any problems. But I have problems with my own escargot begonia, and I put it in a dome or I raise the humidity for it. I don't count on just sitting it next to a humidifier because that doesn't seem to do the trick for me. I actually put it inside a terrarium. I know I've had videos on my channel before where I've showed you my escargot begonia out in the open. It worked for a while, and then just one day it didn't, and it started getting really crispy edges. So whenever you just got to listen to your plants, and when you're getting crispy edges and it starts with a B, like begonia, then you need to just stick it in a dome, you know, because it's called the ICU. So if you got a plant and it's struggling, your terrariums or your domes are your ICU unit. Like you'd put a baby in if the baby was having problems, you know, or something. So
this is where most of yours land and you just end up leaving them. Because it works until they outgrow it.
Because that's where they want to grow. So unless you're planting inside of a living like vivarium type situation, the reason why I don't do that, people ask me that all the time. They're like, why do you not plant in something? I even had someone made a shitty comment on my terrarium video. Like, I thought I was going to see a nice vivarium and I see a whole bunch of these pots. And I'm like, look, Barbara. Okay? I need to be able to move these bitches around. And they don't need to just be stuck in one spot. What if I need to up pot it? You know, do you ever think about that?
You,
Susan,
of all people, do not like to leave things as they are. You like to move them around. I do not want to commit.
That's a big commitment to plant something inside of a terrarium. And I will get to that point, but I'm not there yet. And don't try to push me. You know what I'm saying? People are so pushy these days. Anyways. Do you own a Milano? And if so, are they easy?
You want me to answer that one for you?
Oh, hey, Pam. I didn't see you in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, everybody said hi, Pam. Yeah, Barbara, sit down. That's my favorite bitch name. I picked that up from Trixie Mattel because she's like Barbara. You know. I was gonna show you guys.
I asked about your Milano.
I know.
Oh.
This is a lot like a Milano. This is a Burl Marks Fantasy, and I wanted to show you guys a cool little trick. Some of you have probably already seen that trick a million bajillion times, but one of my dirty plant hosts was suggesting this, and I don't know which one of my dirty plant hosts it was, but they were like, if you're having problems with your leaves coming out on your melanochrysum and they're all getting busted and looking like trash, you can just sit like a Ziploc baggie over here. So this was not my original idea. This was someone else's idea, but man, it is working like a freaking charm. So right behind me, my Milano is right here, and it also has a bag over its top leaf. And if you're worried about it looking ugly, you can always take it off when you're about to take a picture or something. You know what I mean? Like you don't, you know. I don't know how many people are in y'all's houses all the time, but there's no one that I'm borderline agoraphobic. Everybody commented on my last video and they were like, stay home, Rachel, stay home. I'm like, bitch, I done been home. Y'all, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
you don't understand.
She wasn't going nowhere anyway.
I'm not going nowhere. I don't like those people. I'm not trying to hang out. You know what I mean? So people were like, don't go. I'm like, where?
Yeah, you haven't wanted to get out at all.
Cody is in the chat, right? I am friends with Cody, real life friends with Cody. We have went plant shopping in real life before, and we live relatively close to each other. I haven't seen him since last year, and it's not because of COVID. It's just because I don't like
get out.
4 kids, husband, borderline agoraphobia. You know what I mean? It's just
too many plants.
I can't do it, you guys. So yeah. And I know a lot of people are really wrecked about not being able to socialize, and I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just, you know, trying to live my experience, you know. I'm just trying to live my truth, you know. Everybody. I would love if you can make a video on what moisture meter levels you use for your plants. Also, I just downloaded the Lux light meter and was wondering if you measure your light levels. We did try that in the very beginning, and I do not think that those are very reliable. I think if you want to measure your light levels, there are electronics that you can buy to do that, but it will not come in an app form. Now, I can give you a really easy and really fast levels of moisture that I let my plants get to. 0. So very, very few times do I water my plants before they go completely dry. And I mean completely dry. And that covers the gambit from begonias. And you're not really even supposed to do that. Maybe the ones in the terrarium would never completely dry out. They would be maybe at a 1 before I water them. But I pretty much see everything in my house droop. And I think that really does a lot to keep. I know the stress isn't good for the plant, but at the same time, it kind of almost creates a sense of resiliency. Like they know that they're going to go a really long time without water, and then they're going to get it. I don't know. I'm not a plant psychologist. I'll get back to you on that.
Do you still use your water meter, moisture meter for most of them?
I do.
Or just the big ones now?
Just the big ones mostly now, or begonias that have moss on the tops of their pots. It's like I don't want to disrupt the moss. I actually try to harvest the moss off of those and move them over to other begonias because I feel like the moss helps to trap the moisture inside of the begonia pot. So I don't want to I don't want to stab my finger. Like, it's impossible anyways, you guys. Like, I can't put my finger in anything to check the moisture, so I just have to rely on the moisture meter. And usually everything is so dry, like water, like SpongeBob, water me type stuff.
I'm getting pretty good
at
not
a mystery.
Pointing them out too. It's like, we got a strooper.
Yeah. I really feel for you guys. If any of you guys are new plant collectors and you're really hovering over your plants and you're wondering when you should water, the best thing that you could do is buy enough plants to where you can't stay on top of it, and then you won't be like that anymore.
Yeah.
There you go. Problem solved.
Get so many that it takes a lot of effort to keep them watered.
Yeah. Pam, let's see. I've been letting mine droop a few days past due. Peanuts plants. Yeah, I've been seeing your Instagram stories, and your plants are like, oh, please water me. What did you put out on your back porch and let it die? Who did I do that? What did I do that to myself? I put 3 orchids outside and let them die. So, same.
It happens.
Pam said, I keep expecting to get sick of my own company, but nope, I'm my own best friend. You know, I grew up as an only child. Shocker. I know, you guys are going to be blown away. My mother always told me, which we don't have the best relationship. My mom always told me I would have smothered a sibling in the crib because I'm not a sharer or anything like that. So I'm definitely
get along with others.
I've been playing with myself forever. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even need all that, you know? Does not play well with others. I should make some merch that says that. And then put plants all around it. Doesn't play well with others, and just put plants all around it. That'd be cool.
Or your face.
No. Who would want to wear my face? That is so whack. I have been thinking about a new design though, because I love rainbows so much, and I love that for like the thumbnail of this video, I used that like 70s stripe stuff. Is that what I ended up doing? Yes, that 70s like looking stripe. I would love to do something like simple like that for merch and just put, I don't know. I'm basing it off that. I'm loving that look, that 70s vibe. I want to keep going in that direction. So definitely. Pam said Ed Gein would have worn your face for sure. That is so sweet. Do you think you would have made a lamp from my skin as well? Do you know who Ed Gein is?
No.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Oh, I never watched any of those.
I think it was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'm not sure, but yeah. So
you think my parents let me watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre
in your adulthood?
Well, I missed it. It was something you needed to watch when it came out.
Do you mean missed it? By missed it, do you mean you were terrified of it?
No, I mean that I didn't watch it when it was popular, and then when I got older, I didn't really care to go back and watch it.
What was the last scary movie you can remember watching that genuinely scared you in your pants?
I don't know. I don't get scared in my pants.
Didn't you say that Friday the 13th?
No, the Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger.
But that was a long time ago.
Oh,
that's when I decided I didn't like scary movies. Piss on them.
Oh, hey, welcome to Sophie 95XX. Hey, how is Casey, the movie review guy, and hasn't seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? That's a really good question. So my response to that is that if you could make VeggieTales a universe, okay? If you could make VeggieTales a universe, that's where Casey grew up, okay? And
I watched all the Herbie the Love Bug movies, all the Pink Panther movies.
There was no.
You got to remember, when I was a kid, I remember when the VCR first came out. So we didn't have movies to watch there was a time in my life where we didn't have movies to watch if we didn't go to the movies. It was a short amount of time. I'm only 47. It's not like I'm ancient. But I do remember the first time we got a VCR and we went to the movie rental place, and then we had to talk mom and dad into letting us rent the movie, and they wouldn't let us watch most of them. So
So he hasn't seen, basically he hasn't seen hardly any scary movies at all. So when we first got together, I was a horror buff.
Horror.
I know it always sounds like you're saying horror.
2 syllables.
But you're not. It's horror. Okay? So I would always ask him, like, hey, have you seen that? Don't you remember this and this movie? Or did you ever see this? And it was basically just no, straight across the board. If it's scary or if it's bad in some sort of way, he probably hasn't watched it. And then he just never picked it up as an adult. And okay, so most people in that situation that you imagine would rebel, right? So you would grow up like that, and then you would rebel, and you'd smoke cigarettes, and you'd tattoo your neck, and you'd do crazy shit, right? Casey didn't do that. Like, he just stuck with that path.
Yeah.
And then I
studied and went to school like I was supposed to.
And I put on my backpack, and I broke into that universe, and I saw him laying there in a cabbage patch all wrapped up like baby Jesus. And so I snatched him, and I shoved him into my backpack, and then I ran away with him, and then I forced him to marry me. And that's the story of us.
True story. I had no choice.
We have to force these things upon Casey now. You see, we have to taint his brain later on in the process. There's certain things.
And now she can't watch a lot of scary movies. I can watch like Walking Dead type stuff. But she can't even watch stuff like that, especially now after, COVID and everything being out of the grocery stores and all that stuff. She can't watch any of that stuff anymore.
Yeah. Well, if you go from...
Which it doesn't bother me. That stuff doesn't bother me.
If you go from watching zero, like, I watch a lot of scary movies. I'll recommend a scary movie to you guys that rocked my world so hard, I still think about it. To this day, I still think about it, and it was called Blindness. So if you're interested in a scary movie that'll mess you up, hit up that movie called Blindness. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before. Give it a shot. It'll jack you up.
I think you told me about that one. You said you wouldn't even let me watch it.
I won't even let Casey watch it. I have to mother him and be like, no, that's too much for you. You can't do that one. Not for real. You guys know what I mean. Not for real, for real. We don't run each other like that. I know it might seem like that we kind of boss each other, but I think it's a very mutual respect type of situation between the two of us. No one tells anybody what to do. We just understand what the other person would enjoy versus would not enjoy, and we're very respectful in that vein. You know what I mean?
I think so.
I think so too. So.
And usually when I make a suggestion, you just agree with it.
Yeah.
Not.
Let's see. Sharon hates clowns. I'm the youngest by 10 years in my family, so my brothers and sisters would let me watch anything for entertainment value. Right. So I would stay up on, because I was an only child, so there was no one to tell on me. So I have really developed hearing from getting really close to the television at night and turning it all the way down to level 1, and no one could hear it but like me. So I would like lean up on the TV, and like now I can hear like a bat. I don't know. Does that even make sense? I hear like a bat.
Yeah,
no. Is it bats?
Well, bats use sonar. I don't think they
have good ass hearing. Is what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
She hears like something that hears real well. Yeah. That's what she's trying to say.
Let's see. I'm going to try to read some stuff. What else? Every time that you start talking, I look down to read and you immediately shut up.
Oh.
I'm going to read some stuff here. Hang on. Let me go back. Leprechaun, the movie, terrified me. No, I got to hold you back. You stay here. I wasn't scared of Leprechaun, but I don't know why. Because Child's Play scared the shit out of me. So I don't know. Signs was a good one. It freaked me out.
Stuff. That didn't seem too scary.
I remember watching The Fly with what's his name?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Oh yeah, that rocked my world when I was a kid. She said with my daddy crying myself to sleep because the ending was so sad and my dad being annoyed and I couldn't handle an adult movie. That was a messed up movie for a 7-year-old. The Fly.
Oh,
She's saying she watched it when she was 7 and then she got upset and her dad was mad.
Because he wanted to watch it.
Because she couldn't handle it when she was 7.
Well, you never know what's going to strike a kid, you know. I remember I don't remember that one bothering me, but I remember it was really good.
She said, Carissa just said, I just read the synopsis of Blindness. Absolutely F that. Y'all have to watch it. I had to put it in my eyes. You should put it in your eyes too. It's like the movie, the Netflix movie, where they're like, look at it. You should go look at Bird Box. You should go look at it. I can't remember Jack. This live stream is supposed to be me. What is that called? What is that? What? I suck. Short-term memory problems, kiddos.
You've got that for sure. COVID exacerbated that. So every time she would leave the bedroom, she would just come right back. I said, "Where'd you go?" She said, "I don't know what I was going to do."
Andrew, I never saw Darkness Falls about the Tooth Fairy. Never saw that one. Glass Cactus said she's obsessed with all the serial killers, which I used to like watch all the documentaries on that too. So same. Gremlins was scary when we were kids.
Gremlins.
It was. Lord.
I remember that.
Who is it that I know? There is a woman out there, an actress that looks just like the lady, the hot gremlin. You remember the hot gremlin with the big red lips? There is a lady out there that looks just like that thing. I can't remember. That's the theme of today's show. I can't remember.
Andrew said Bird Box was worse than the book. I didn't read the book, but I hated the ending of it. Good Lord. It was basically, they just stopped.
That movie, for its production quality and stuff like that, you can say whatever you want to say, but the premise of that movie was my reoccurring nightmare, basically. It's like trying to get children to safety in some sort of apocalyptic event. That's my reoccurring nightmare, and that movie was just well done enough to just kind of put me in an anxiety-filled state for about a 7 to 10 day period afterwards. So, but like I said, Casey and I didn't watch scary movies for so long. For like 2 full years, I didn't watch a scary movie. So
now she's a wuss.
So when I jumped back in, it was rough.
Silence of the Lambs, that was a good scary one.
Tales from the Crypt was my jam. I loved that when I was a kid. That was just the right level of scary. Like you could handle it when you were younger, and the guy would come up and he'd be like, "What did he?" Y'all, I can't remember anything. Hello, my little pretties. Is that what he said? Hello, my little pretties.
Oh,
I love that show. That was the best.
That was something else. Hello, my pretties.
Hereditary is a scary one, Tara said. What about A Quiet Place? That was so good. Fiona did not see A Quiet Place. I don't know what we were doing like at the time, but I just never watched that one. That was probably during my no scary movies sabbatical, which ended very shortly ago.
What are you watching scary right now? I think you're still on it.
Because I watched a scary movie called Eli on Netflix.
The book? You talking about the Book of Eli?
No, it's another one. It's like a kid and he's demonic and like his name spelled backward is Lie. Right?
I don't know.
What's Lie?
It's your story. I don't know.
I'm such an idiot. I don't think that's right at all.
That doesn't sound right.
Evil? Shit. It was some bad thing spelled backwards. I'm such a retard. I don't know. Eel? It wasn't eel. I know that. That's for damn sure. The Hollow on Netflix is really good. Oh, you would have hated me and my cousin Andrew. We mastered his cackle and would randomly do it at the worst times. That's wrong, Allison. That's wrong. Yeah, okay. All right, Andrew. I get it. I know it's not right. Okay, but on the thing, if you go and look on Netflix, like when they write his name Eli in the mirror, they wipe it out and then it comes back and it says Lie. So
are you sure?
I'm not 100%, but I'm
okay.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we apologize in advance when you go look that movie up, and it's nothing like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Courage the Cowardly Dog scared the crap out of you.
Courage the Cowardly
Girl, you're on Casey's level. Pam, my dad let me watch The Exorcist at age 9. I literally can still remember the nightmare I had that night. The Exorcist is for grown-ups. No one should have let you watch it at that age, for sure. Yeah, that's bad. You probably have some mental issues because of that one, I'm sure.
I agree with Life's a Garden that The Book of Eli was one of the best movies.
Absolutely.
That was a really good movie.
I love that movie. And when you figure out that he's blind, you figure out that he's blind and you're like, what?
Yeah.
That was such a trip. I love that. That was great. Let's see. Did it ever get around to watching Nightbreed? We tried to watch it. We got like...
That's the one Darren suggested.
Yeah, we got like 20 minutes into it. I think we were really tired that night and we couldn't hang. But we did get through the basics of it for sure. And
that's one thing that we've gotten to the point now is we do not invest time into a movie that sucks, or not that it sucks, but if it doesn't really get our attention and grab us for the first 20-30 minutes, we're out. And that one didn't.
Yeah, that's so funny because Pam said she's like, this is like a feral children's support group, which is funny because Casey was not that, but I was a latchkey kid. Were you guys latchkey kids? Do you even know what latchkey kids are? Is that even a term these days? I don't think they have them anymore.
Well, I think everybody's that way now. When we were growing up, that was like a big controversial thing. Kids that had to come home without a parent there.
You think everyone's like that now?
I think a lot of them are. I don't think it's a big deal anymore.
Really? I feel like the opposite. I would say that parents are more paranoid and wouldn't have their kids being latchkey kids anymore. Like, because that required them walking home by themselves or riding their bikes home by themselves.
Well, or the bus just dropping them off at home.
I guess. But I was a
lot of
kids
go
kid.
to Boys and Girls Club afterward or something like that. Now there's more things to do after school now, so maybe it's not a big deal.
So, I mean, I was a ravioli queen. You know, I would come in and I would make my ravioli after school, or I would make my plate of nachos with the shredded cheese on top and, get me a soda. Like they say on that 5,000-pound live show, get me a soda and get me my nachos.
They call it soda.
Yeah, and then I would just, but to be honest with you, that's probably why I don't mind being alone now, because I didn't, like, it was school all day, then you came home, you were alone till like 7:30, 8 p.m., your parents would like shower you and put you to bed, and I don't know. I'm just okay with being
more self-sufficient.
Isolated. Isolated is good.
Seclusive.
Yeah, it's low stress, because when you get a lot of people in your life and you get a lot of like really close friends in your life, it's complicated, because bitches got lots of problems and I'm bitches. I'm just kidding. I don't think I have a lot of problems, but girls be having lots of problems. I don't know. It's hard to have friends these days, and everything's, Rona makes it harder for people anyways. Let's see. See, Neely Spice. Yep, latchkey here. I don't think many kids are now. Way more protected, thank God. So she's on my page. She thinks
that could be true.
Yeah, because people are tripping now. They don't even like their kids walking anywhere.
There's a bunch of crazy
I don't let my kids walk outside of where I can see them on my street, because I'm so paranoid.
Hey, I've always said if someone tried to kidnap one of our kids, they'd bring them back in about 10 minutes.
That's funny. All up until it's not.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. If I can't see my kids, I'm not, like I said, I have that recurring nightmare that I have to pack everybody up and like shoot people for an apocalypse. You know what I mean? Like, geez. I don't like it. Let's see. Paul said, OMG, my parents were like, come home by dinner. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you guys a story one time. I'll do it on my next. Well, I'll let you guys vote for what you guys want to see next on this channel, but I'll give as an option, I'll give you a story time for the time that I had the whole police force of my town looking for me. I'll tell you that story if you guys want a story time and repot for next time. Yeah.
You sound like a real hellion.
I wasn't. I really wasn't. I don't think so. I think I was. Let's see. Stacy said I was like 7 and had a birthday sleepover at a friend's house. My friend's dad thought it would be hilarious to scare the shit out of a bunch of 7-year-olds after we watched Dante's Peak.
Dante's Peak. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Lauren Baker, I saw Aliens when I was maybe 6 and had nightmares of face huggers. Fast forward 17 years and Aliens is undeniably her favorite sci-fi series. Mine as well.
Aliens was a good combination of scary and sci-fi, especially the second one I thought was excellent. That's one of my favorite ones.
Will H. He says, I was watching my little brother by age 10, so I'm at home when alone. There may be too much to unpack, but let's not read into that. Same. Gotcha. Multiple. I think my mom worked 2 shifts for the first 10 years of my life. So, hello, MTV.
And you were like, well,
you know what I mean? Like, MTV was my mother. And who was my father? I don't know. It was something on television, though.
VH1?
VH1? I don't know. Comedy Central was probably the other one because I was up late at night watching Adult Swim on Comedy Central and watching MTV back when MTV actually had music videos. That's what I was doing.
See, we didn't even have cable when I was growing up. We just had the main network, so I missed out on all that.
Yeah.
I did pick up on Beavis and Butthead as an adult, though.
I don't know. They're like, what's up, Potty Mouth Planter? Hi, PL Givo. Hi, Lazy Plants. MTV with the dirty chat room. You guys remember Eon Flux? Paul, you just triggered me.
I've seen that.
I just got triggered. I had to show Casey Eon Flux, and he couldn't have been more confused. But I'm telling you, that was the most sexually confusing shit when I was younger.
What?
It was sexually confusing.
What was that?
Because I had never seen animation of people French kissing. Like they would put their tongues out and stuff like this. Like they would animate it, with the slobbers and the stuff like that. And then they would.
This?
Don't you do that?
Got you, didn't I? You thought I was coming in for it, didn't you?
Anyways, it was confusing. Eon Flux was a lot of confusion. Remember the fly in the eyeball? Yeah, I remember just being so mesmerized by that show. That was one of those ones I had to watch with the volume turned down really, really low because I think it came on at 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you remember that one where she had sex with a Mothman or something? Y'all, it was late. My mama should have been. Mama should have made sure.
She should have been working first shift, not second shift.
Oh, man.
Screwed your head all up.
How boring would I be, though, if I was raised in the same environment that you were raised? That would have sucked every ounce of personality I ever thought about having right out of my body.
You don't know that.
You have a good personality, but I don't think I could have made it. I don't think I would have made it out.
Yeah. Maybe.
I'd be in a nunnery or something, It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. Eon Flux is crazy. The animations, not the movie. Yeah, the animated series is what I'm talking about.
Okay, I was talking about the movie because wasn't that
he saw the movie, but I didn't show him the anime. I didn't think he could sit through that.
Thank you, Stacia. I remember when MTV used to come here for spring break with Jerry Springer and Pauly Shore.
The Weasel! Yeah. That's crazy. You guys. Doesn't that make you so nostalgic? Especially right now. Doesn't that make you so nostalgic? I have been watching 90s compilations of old 90s stuff. I've been watching old 90s shows. Just looking at any kind of old 90s anything on Instagram, it's making me have all the feels. All the feels. Okay. I have considered getting a flip phone for so long. And
I won't let her do it.
Casey has been like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You need it. You need it. But I have a computer, right? That does all the same things that my phone would do.
Well, but you couldn't do the same with Instagram.
Anyways, I'm so thirsty for retro vibes that I'm willing to go back to a Razor phone. That's how thirsty I am for it.
Now, she did seriously think about switching over to the new Razor.
Be like, it's only 2021 for you guys. For me, it's 1994. Yeah. And I'm just going to live here. Leave me alone. I'm over it. Screw this. Yeah.
As she looks at her iPhone.
Yeah, as I look at I'm watching the chat because I can't see it from up there.
Yeah. The best she might do is go to an iPhone mini and downsize the size of it. That's about it.
Let me tell you what. You don't know what I'm going to do.
I got a pretty good idea.
You don't know. And if I say tomorrow that I want to downgrade and get a flip phone, I'm going to downgrade and get a flip phone. Yeah. You're tripping. He is full
You're
on.
Tripping. You're tripping. You think that you're going to downgrade to a flip phone. You are not going to downgrade to a flip phone. I'll just quit talking about it because you're stubborn enough to do it.
You
just to prove me wrong.
Because I'm about to throw this phone just to prove a point. Softly though, so I could resell it if I needed to.
We don't want to crack the screen on my big noggin.
Oh my God.
Did you not even open that Red Bull that I frosted for you?
Well, I was drinking my coffee and
tell you what, I went through all that effort to get her Red Bull nice and chilled right before the live started, and it's not even been opened.
You ever had someone take good care of you and also consistently tell you what to do? It's very confusing.
I don't tell you what to do. I just asked if you had opened the Red Bull, knowing as I look at it that you didn't.
Yeah, Andrew said, Casey, the more you say you're not, the more she's going to do it. They all
That's exactly right, Andrew.
Figured out.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
See, that gives you, Will said that gives him heart palpitations to think about losing his iPhone. Does not give me heart palpitations at all. It makes me feel serene. Absolutely serene.
Now, what we could do is get you a flip phone and we could just pop your SIM card into it and you could take like a few days off on the flip phone. Then you pop it back into your iPhone when you're ready to reconnect with the rest of the planet.
This sounds like a good YouTube video for my second channel, Rachel's So-Called Life, that has no animation on it whatsoever. There's just a big R because I haven't put anything over there yet. I am working on it.
It's not due to her husband not reminding her about it. But I've been told that I have nothing to do with that channel.
You guys, I don't want to have a fight on a live. I don't want to have you need to look at me.
I'm looking at what
your tongue is doing this.
Yeah, I didn't get my egg sandwich, but I ended up getting the egg sandwich.
Let's talk about the egg sandwich.
She made me an egg sandwich over when was it? A couple of days ago, and it was awesome. So I have to retract the complaints that we twacked about all the egg sandwich complaints because I finally got one with bread and cheese. It was an actual sandwich. I was a little shocked, but it was good.
Hey, Lazy Plants. She said she had a moss pole question on Instagram earlier, and she asked me, do I use moss poles? If I use them, what kind of moss poles do I use? And I'm going to be real honest with you. I used to use moss poles. I understand that the moss poles are highly advantageous for the plants, but I guess I just don't have time to make the moss poles or to invest the energy in the moss poles. So many of my plants are on stabilizing sticks, bamboo, things like that. They still grow.
You just strap them to that.
I'm sure I'm losing out on a little bit of leaf size that I could definitely be getting because once my Monstera albo actually grew into my drywall, it started putting out bigger leaves, obviously. So if you get yourself a moss pole, just make sure that your moss is penetrable. You don't want to do like I did on my first moss pole, and I just kind of wrapped moss around I mean, you can, but if you just wrap moss around the outside, you got to make sure it's really thick. Because if the aerial root cannot penetrate the moss, then it's not going to use it. You know what I mean? It needs to be able to grab and grow.
Think about it growing into tree bark, and it needs to be kind of soft tissue type material where it can kind of grow into it and grab hold of it.
Yeah, but for real, you don't need it. Like, you can have it, and it helps your plants. If you want to have it, you can have it. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. That big-ass Esmeraldense I have over there, I think I took, like, it was in the background of some stuff on Instagram today. There's not a bit of moss on that pole. It's just a bare bamboo pole, and it grows just fine. So it's not, I don't think it's a necessity, but it's something I think that people enjoy using. They enjoy looking at. They enjoy making them. It's like a crafty thing that they like to do. So That's my response for that. Wow, the salt around the egg sandwich. Yeah, there was some salt around there. I couldn't, Casey got, when we're sick together,
it's bad.
It gets lit around here because I'm not in the mood for the shit. And
I wasn't in the mood for her to ask me what I want, then bring me something else. If you're going to ask me,
you're going to get murdered in this chat. So you better chill. You better chill with that misogynistic bullshit, or you're going to get murdered. Okay.
I was sick too.
You know how many people in the comments were like, Casey would have been wearing that egg sandwich.
It wasn't a sandwich. That was my whole point. It was not a sandwich.
I tried so hard.
It was scrambled eggs on a plate with a half a piece of toast.
I could barely think. I tried so hard, okay? All I could think about was I wanted you to have this nice-ass breakfast. That's all I could think about, and you ruined it. You ruined it. You ruined it with your needs. As if you needed it. You didn't need no damn
what
cheese.
Did you say?
You need cheese like you need a hole in the
Team
egg.
Rachel on this. But she has since made me an egg sandwich that was delicious.
Delicious.
Delicioso.
Andrew, you tell him, Rachel, you're here for the anonymity. Yeah. Y'all wanted to hear me say that wrong? Right. Not the egg sandwiches. Yeah, boy.
Making me hungry.
Pam, you did not hear that story that I couldn't. When we were telling that story about the egg sandwich on the podcast, we have a podcast also. If you guys don't know, it's called Heart-Shaped Leaves After Dark. So you can go check that out. We do a YouTube release of that also. So we're on video if you guys want to see what we look like when we're talking fat. Spoiler, but we are there and we're trying to look cute most of the time. Most of the time we give a shit. But
it's recorded on Saturday morning, so a lot of times it's we don't care.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Look, see, they're all like, you would have been wearing it. You would have never had the damn egg sandwich. Like, people are like, screw you and your egg sandwich.
But I don't think everyone fully understands how this went down. I'm back here feeling bad, home from work, running a fever, not feeling good. And she says, would you like for me to make you an egg sandwich? And I said, babe, I would love an egg sandwich.
That is not what happened. I said, I'm making eggs.
Would you like for me to make you an egg sandwich?
I did say that, but I was tripping.
And I was like, I love your egg sandwiches, babe. Of course I would love one.
No one's going to be on your side. You're not clear.
She brings it back, and it's just scrambled eggs on a plate with a piece of toast. And I said, I guess my reaction, she's like, what? I said, well, that's not an egg sandwich. She's like, oh, crap, I forgot. So then she took it back. And she come back real quick and said,
we don't have real tea. Let me give you the real tea.
She said, we don't have cheese. We don't have this. And
bullshit
that.
Story.
You're just going to have to eat it. And I did. Story. It just wasn't an egg sandwich. It's like saying, would you like a new car?
Would you like some jewelry?
Here's a new pair of shoes
would you
instead.
Like some jewelry? Let's pull up to the Home Depot. Does it sound like that?
I never said jewelry.
Bitch, you did too. You said, I'm going to take you to the jewelry store, and you pulled my ass up at Home Depot.
Well,
and then you were like, oh, you ready to go in? And I was like, to where? Yeah, this makes me sound like a bitch. All right, let's go back to the egg sandwich store.
Yeah, she's real appreciative of that.
It was my birthday. I thought we were going to the jewelry store.
I bought her a fancy light green teal.
I bought one for Kane this year. It was like
I'm talking
50 or 60
it
bucks.
It was teal colored green, which is her favorite color. It was retro, and it was a little mini fridge. And I thought, and she always complained about her drinks not being cold and hiding them from the kids because the kids drink them all. And I thought, well, I'm just going to get her this cute little mini fridge. And for somehow when we were talking about it, I like to tease her about what it is and what it may be or may not be. She got it in her head that it was going to be something from Zales, the jewelry store, and it was not jewelry. And I was not catching on to the fact that she thought seriously it was going to be jewelry. This whole time I'm thinking she's going to love this because it's retro, it's old looking, it's the color she loves. She's going to love it. But she did not love it.
Okay. Answer these questions, yes
or no.
Do
not ever buy.
No. Answer these questions, yes or no. Honestly, don't you lie. Okay, don't lie.
Maybe.
Is your wife notorious for loving jewelry and always has since the day you met her?
That's the event that made me realize how crazy you are about jewelry. Before that, I knew you liked it, but I didn't think you were going to lose your shit over
when your
me getting
husband
something
says,
else.
you know, hey, it's your birthday. Let's go down to the jewelry store. I want to get you something nice.
I didn't say that. I didn't.
Where do you think this story came from, Boo Boo?
I forget where the jewelry store come in, but I did not.
I guess I just said, I wonder for going. That is.
I think you assumed something.
I'm glad that we have video evidence of what has happened in our lives, because if y'all want to go back to that video, it's on my channel. I don't remember which. I think it was a Q&A. I think
you were wrong about it back then too.
Shut the hell up. I'm over it with you. Read some questions.
Oh man.
Do something with your bad self.
Drinking game. Take a sip every time an egg is brought up.
Y'all would be on your ass. We've been really on each other with that shit lately. Oh man, drinking. Okay, bar. You two are a damn mess. Yeah, you know.
So she doesn't ask me for if I want an egg sandwich anymore, and I don't ever say jewelry unless I'm planning on buying it.
Duh. I mean, that seems like
it's just a word.
They teach you that in kindergarten. Don't tell a young lady that you're going to buy her jewelry and then take her to get a hammer.
I didn't say that.
Lesson 1 in keeping vaginas not dry. Don't tell your wife you're going to take her to a jewelry store and then pull up to a home improvement depot and intend for something good to happen. I'm going to tell you something. I have never in my damn life been upset with a gift. I will lie my ass off. I will tell you guys. I will lie. Casey will buy me something and I don't really like it. And I will be like, babe, this is the nicest, sweetest thing you have ever got for me. I don't care. I'm caring more about the other person's feelings when I get a gift. This was the one time that I lost my shit. And I was like, I know you didn't pull up in this damn Home Depot. I know you didn't. But he did. And we went in, and it was the weirdest, most awkward.
What was bad is it was really difficult to find that particular mini fridge.
No,
because
it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No,
I had to special order it.
Liar.
And they didn't have it. They canceled my order. I had to redo it. It was quite difficult. I put a lot of effort into it and thought that I really did think that I had gotten her a nice gift that she would like.
The lie.
I did think that.
You did not.
Don't tell me what I'm thinking. I know what I thought.
You don't know what you were thinking, because if you knew what you were thinking, your ass wouldn't have done it. You wouldn't have done it.
Well, I'll never do it again. I know that. Next time you want a cold drink, you just have to go.
Right. Yeah.
Stick it in the fridge yourself.
Order. You had a special order.
Yes, they didn't carry it at the store. Oh boy. Revisionist history can be fun.
I get jewelry now, guys.
Yeah,
by the way.
She gets jewelry now.
And it's not like it's super expensive stuff.
She's like, you better bring me jewelry.
It's just little tiny pieces, like little Zales jewelry, the little holiday
They've
special
seen it.
crap.
Who are you lying to? They've seen it.
I mean, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's called an investment. The dollar is going down, you guys. You got to invest in gold, and the best way to do that is wear it. These are life lessons I'm telling you, ladies. You know what I mean? Like, let's imagine this. Little life lesson for you. You're with a guy, and you're dating him, right? But you can tell this is not going anywhere. And I mean anywhere. The relationship is dead, okay? Your birthday's coming up. There is not one thing that you can get from this guy that's got value to it other than like a $45 pair of gold hoop earrings. Okay. That means when, 10 years from now, after you broke up with that dude, they might be worth $80. You got to think about your return on investment on things. That's all I'm saying. Use your brain.
Don't just think about what they would like and what might make them happy, because you can mess up and you can guess.
It's for you. It's a gift for you. Like if your birthday's, you're not listening. Don't try to jump in when you ain't listening.
Paul asked how many carats that fridge was. It was zero.
That's how many. That's how many. Hey, I gotta make these egg sandwiches. Don't forget. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm just sitting around here doing jack crap. I'm making egg sandwiches. I'm getting it wrong. People are sending stuff back to the kitchen. I got all these kids running around.
It was not an egg sandwich. You keep saying you were making these egg sandwiches. It was scrambled eggs on a plate. Unless I'm eating the plate, that's not an egg sandwich. Dang it.
They said, and drink, because the eggs got brought back up. Yeah. Sorry, you guys. It's a sore subject around here. Yeah. Anyways, back to plants now that we've been here forever and we haven't talked about plants. Y'all got to keep me on task. I wanted to show you this really cool looking bloom. Look, turn around where you can see it. You see like the little flowery boos coming off of it? This is my Aetherium Lydiatum. I think I've shown it on my channel before, but I'm not sure. And I panicked so hard when this thing started flowering because everyone told me to go to like those let me put it in front of Casey's forehead. And that way you can I can't stop shaking it. Damn, that's as still as it's going to get. Anyways, I was going to try to like, well, I had the thought for 5 seconds of going to those buy-sell trade pollen groups and trying to figure out like what I should do with the flower, but I'm pretty sure that it's way too late to do anything with. So I think that ship has sailed. But on the next inflorescence that I get around here, I'm really going to try to collect some pollen and then put it in the freezer so that the next inflorescence after that, I might be able to pollinate something and cross something because that's kind of the next step.
I've propagated inflorescence.
The inflorescence, the flower.
Oh, is that a fancy way of saying flower?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You highfalutin words over there.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm a common man.
I went to community college. You know? Don't try to tell me shit. I went to community college. Anyways. Does anybody have like you can also self-pollinate, but the success rate will be lower. See? I don't know any of that stuff. So if anybody asks me, don't ask me any pollination questions because I'm just now learning. Don't ask me those questions. But I'm going to figure it out though. I mean, I'll be on YouTube long enough. I'll probably be able to figure most of it out. You know.
Fancy.
Plants.
SAT words.
I found 6 of my wish list plants in the last 2 weeks and all for good prices too. Still waiting on 3 in the mail. And that's what Lauren Baker said. That's awesome.
She did study psychology. Someone figured that out. Who was that? Glass Cactus 15?
Amber Christine said that reminds me of the video of the lady pollinating her philodendron. Do you remember that video I showed you, dear? Mm-mm. Where she was reaching down into the flower.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, it's ready because it's warm. Yeah. I didn't touch it. I wonder if it's warm.
Send us your terrarium question. Go ahead.
It's cold.
Sorry,
you guys. It's cold flower. Cold flower. I have terrarium questions if you want them. All right, let her rip, Will. Let her rip. That video was awkward. Yeah, but she was super into it, though. And she had 0 reservations. She was like a Casey. She grew up and there was never a bad movie watched in her life. So she was just really working that thing with wild abandon. Never having a thought in the back of her mind like, someone's going to put some shit together. Like that never happened for her. That lady is a pure soul. She never thought about it once. Or
what could they possibly think?
The other reality, she thought about it the whole time and was hoping you were thinking about it.
Yeah, that could have been it.
That's also could have been the case.
Yeah.
All right. Which like the lady that does my petty? I want to go to your lady. They're not doing me like that. They're watching it on their second screen, that video of that lady.
Oh, yeah. Calm down, everybody. We're about done. Calm down.
Oh, she knew. That's what Christy said. Oh, she knew. Would you guys like to see my boy? My bestest boy in the whole wide world?
Winston.
Because I got a boy down here. He's a real good boy.
Don't drink my water.
Oh, you hold him. You don't know how to hold him right. That's pretty good.
Is that all right?
There's my bestest boy, that Winston. Oh my God.
Say hi, Winston.
He doesn't like it when you're holding him. Won't you let me? Oh, yes.
Let him rub his junk all over you.
Do not say that on a YouTube live, please.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to say that.
Taking me, boy.
Winston has liked the COVID times because everybody's just been laying around doing nothing, which is his favorite pastime. His favorite pastime.
We lay around all day and we tell each other how pretty and handsome we are. And we love on each other all day. I swear this dog could sleep for as long as I'd sleep. Whenever I was sick, he slept as long as I slept. I took a nap, he took a nap.
That's the truth.
And he didn't mind at all. Oh my God. Can you hear him snorting? Oh, Weepy.
He is a French bulldog.
See how comfortable he is? Daddy doesn't know how to hold him.
Whatever. He just likes
know
you
how to
holding me.
hold
It ain't
him.
the way I hold him.
He is very fat though, and he weighs a ton. Oh, he takes like everybody.
And he snorts like a pig.
Oh, where's Peapot? Peapot's under a blanket somewhere. She does not like to.
She's shy.
Winston is my Velcro dog. He likes to be with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Peapot is an independent woman that don't need nobody in her damn life.
Yeah, that's true.
So for the most part, she is in a bed. Like I have to go holler at her, and she'll have like her little Boston nose stuck out from underneath a little blanket, and she will not get out from underneath the blanket until she knows like there's food coming. I can holler at her all day, she won't move. She's into her own thing, you know. So when you see Peapot, it's a lot more rare of a sighting, a dog sighting, because she's not interested.
Yeah.
She signed her NDA. Is that what it's called?
Non-disclosure.
She signed her NDA and she was like, Mom, I do not want to be a part of your YouTube life. So
yeah, she's not a Winston's more of a camera hog.
Would you like to have the plant off a Little Shop of Horror? Seymour? No, was that Seymour? Wasn't his name? Wasn't it the guy that was feeding him was named Seymour? I would definitely not like to have that plant. That's for sure. I don't need anything around here that's got a bigger mouth than I do. Because I am...
That's a big mouth.
King of the mountain. You know? I talk a lot of trash, but Casey kind of...
I hold my own.
Let's say that I talk a lot of... I'm a lot of noise, but I don't have a lot of anything behind it. And Casey has more behind his noise than I do. Does that make sense?
What does that mean?
Because I'm so all over the place all the time.
Oh, I'm focused with my trash talking. Is that it?
Yeah. Well, you're focused with your energy.
Oh.
And if you want something to be a certain way, like if we're having a discussion about something and I want to do one thing and you want to do the other thing, I feel that your push is stronger than mine. Because
you give up too easy.
Because you're not erratic and crazy and bipolar. And that probably helps you out a lot.
You're not erratic.
I'm not erratic.
I'm just picking out the least
really
offensive
think
of
that
the three.
I am, though? I think I'm pretty chill.
I think you are.
I think I'm pretty chill too.
I think you are.
Yeah. I have a lot of erratic thoughts. I think a lot of stuff goes on up in here that doesn't happen necessarily on the outside. Does that make sense? Lots of that stuff going on. It sounds like my dog needs to fit in 29 hours of sleep a day. Absolutely.
What's our favorite online shop for rare Aetheriums? Well, it used to be Equigenera probably, but I feel like we've kind of had a self-inflicted wound on that because now everybody's going to Equigenera and we haven't found anything on that in a while. But it's worth a shot. They got a lot of different plants.
Zodiacs. I am a Libra, and I'm pretty sure Casey.
I am offensive. Offended.
He's offended.
Yeah.
I can't ever remember. I feel like a jerk when I can't remember your sign. You don't.
Because you don't care.
I don't really, but people ask and I can't remember your sign. I think he's.
I was born in September.
Yeah, they'll know.
Whatever that is.
September the 13th.
It's not a Libra.
Virgo? I want to say Virgo. Jana Sisson, which begonia is your favorite?
Ooh.
That is really hard. I just would like to say that begonias are my favorite.
You gotta pick one. She asked which one. That was the question.
Virgo. It was Virgo. I think, yeah, Virgo. So he's a Virgo and I'm a Libra. I can't pick a favorite begonia, but I'll tell you that.
That was the question.
Shut up! For the love. I like the palmate-leaved begonias the most. So that's as specific as I can get. The palmate-leaved begonias, the maple leaf begonias, whatever it is you want to call it. I love those ones. Those are my favorite. So, she said, me too. She's a Virgo too. What is the plant that's highest on the investment chart? Basically, which plant in your collection costs the most?
If you had to rebuy it, it would probably be Aria. Sorry.
Quiet on the set.
I had my silencer on when we went over an hour.
Oh, do you need to go take that one?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
No, it's
if you need to go take it.
I think it's your.
He's worried about
Aria.
Yeah. The resale value would be my Aurea, my Monstera Aurea, but I did not pay top dollar for it because Casey found it on eBay as a wet stick. That was a wet stick I purchased.
Cut it had 2 nodes. I'm not for sure that the seller was aware that it had 2 nodes.
They were.
You think so?
Yeah. They're a plant salesman. You think they just slinging sticks out the window they don't know nothing about?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who found Aureas at Walmart. People are like scoring hard. I don't know what kind of
Walmart.
Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh.
Someone in the Dirty Plant Hoe group.
That's offensive.
She calls it her Walmoria. Yeah, man.
Did they intentionally? Were they selling it as an Aurea, or
it's just like happenstance variegation that happens out there. But yeah.
So it was a regular Monstera that had the.
Yeah, they're
golden variegation.
That's probably, but I have some other ones that are probably considered to be higher plants. But to be honest with you guys, I think that let me be real with you. I'm in the stage of my plant collecting that, how do I say this and say it well? I don't necessarily follow trends. I think I did when I first started more because I didn't know what I was doing, and I just was like seeing everything that everybody else was posting about, and that's what I would be exposed to
that's
and
how you learn about
see, and that's how you learn. And to be honest with you, I don't think that there's any plants out there that are kind of the general plants to buy that I don't have. So I've basically collected myself out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a variegated Adansonii. I don't have a Spiritus Sancti. I don't have, and I probably never will, because I can't really, I'm not in that tax bracket. You know what I mean? Like, when I get to that tax, I'm not hating on anybody that does spend that money. That's the difference. Like, I'm not hating on you if you, whatever. You can buy whatever. I don't care. If you got the money to buy it, buy it. You do you. And anybody that's mad at you is mad because they're broke. That's really what's up. But I'm not in that tax bracket. I can't afford that type of thing. But if I ever could afford it, I might consider buying it. I just don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It kind of all depends. To be honest with you, I don't really feel super drawn to that plant. Either one, the Spiritus Sancti or the variegated Adansonii. And I think nowadays I'm really finding stuff that's like people have just never heard of. Species from China, Taiwan, South Korea, There's some people that I talk with on Facebook that have certain kind of begonias that I've never even seen before. These things look like something straight out of Avatar, the movie. You know, I mean, they just look unreal. Those are the things that I'm more interested in now. The things that I just find tittillating myself versus other people. I did.
You said tit.
Yeah, I did. But it's more about me like researching things and just like exploring on the explore page and finding things that I find personally attractive. And it's not really about kind of what everybody else likes. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like and I think that once you've been collecting plants for a long time, I think that's the natural evolution. And I think most people get there. You know, you kind of just have seen it, you've done it, you've bought it, you've picked it up. And then you're kind of just like, well, what plants are out there that I haven't been exposed to? A lot of times you'll go off into carnivorous plants and you may not come back. Like that may be where you end up. You know, a lot of times you go way deep into begonias, deep into gesneriads or rare anthuriums, and you just never come back. You find your lane, and then that's it. You know, so that's kind of where I'm at in my journey. But anyways.
You're going to feed me.
Oh, I got to feed Casey. The bear is getting hungry. And lucky for me, whenever he eats, he coughs for a good forever. So that ought to be fun. Any questions before we, head out? I think we answered all your COVID questions at the beginning. There's not really a lot going on. I busted my knee, so I'm just hobbling around. There should be a video coming out for Rachel's so-called life soon. I'm just going to kind of hobble it all together, and we'll see where we go with that. And y'all check out my podcast channel, Heart Shaped Leaves After Dark. Go subscribe. We would really love that if you guys did that. Go subscribe to Rachel's so-called life. Maybe someday I'll get a video out. Casey's not in control of that channel.
Clearly.
He's not managing it whatsoever. So it'll be just us
innocent
chickens
bystander
over there, if you know what I'm talking about.
Clucking.
You know what I'm talking about. And also, don't tell anybody, but I'm looking into Twitch. And Casey doesn't know anything about Twitch, so we'll see about that. But anyways, we love you guys. I don't see any last minute questions or anything. All right, guys. We will see you next time. Thank you guys so much for coming to this live. I can't believe we had such a great turnout. Thank you for liking this video. We're already up to 107 likes. Can't believe all you guys came. I really appreciate it. If you guys like this live, be sure to hit the like button so we can do it again next time. So that way, maybe someone will actually see this. Who knows? Are we worth watching? Really? Are we really? Shits must be slow on your YouTube feed, y'all. All right. Push the end stream button and let's see how stupid we can look for how long we can look.
See you guys.
We love you. Next time. Later, taters. Bye. Waving forever. Waving forever. Make it stop.